hear my pants. I've got like North Face pants on right now, and they're kind of like that parachute pant material. So they make a lot of rustling noises when I move, which might be a trigger, but that's not why I'm standing. I'm standing because of the lighting situation in here. Basically, if you remember from the last video that I filmed, in this room, it's got a single light source right in the center of the ceiling. It's one of those boob lights. And it's got gray walls, which really washes you out. Plus, I'm in a gray shirt, which doesn't really help, but I didn't think of that. So right now you are on top of my parents' cat's cat tree. There are no cats on it, and there are no cats in this room right now because my parents' cats don't love me yet. It's a lot of gray. A lot of gray. The singular boob light. We got my man Jesus up top. That's my dad. My dad's interior decoration. And then we got the big mirror closet windows and the cat tree. So I figured out that if I put you on the cat tree and then I close the mirror closet doors, it kind of bounces just enough light back that this doesn't look like totally crazy. So we're standing in this video and I have a lollipop. My mom's students or a friend, because it looked like it was a baby shower gift, party favor. I don't know. She had it, and I took it. So I got blue teeth. And I got a blue tongue. And I got blue lips. And I got a Topo Chico. And my dad is cracking me up because we're in San Diego, right? Constantly mild weather, no winter, San Diego. It's probably like 70 degrees. But he's trying to live like his winter fantasy. So he's got a log burning in the fireplace, which is hilarious for a few reasons. A, it's San Diego. This is not like, we're not in firewood burning in the fireplace weather. But he's trying to live the moment, which I respect that. But he already had the heating cranked up because this man, tell me in the comments what is an appropriate temperature to sleep at, because he sets that close to like 74 degrees. Insanity. Total insanity. That's way too hot to sleep. because it's an old building, and because I live in Minnesota, so you'd be more common to come across a heating element in a home than you would be to come across AC. But I like to sleep in the cold. Every hotel that I go into, the first thing that I do after I check the room for creepers hiding in closets and behind curtains, then I go to the thermostat and I set it down as low as it will let me. Usually that's like 64, and if that's all I can get, I'll take it. But if I can get it to like 60 or below, there's a few hotels that'll let you set it down to like 55. And now I don't think that it ever actually gets down to 55, but I like the temperature to be trying to get as low as possible for me to sleep comfortably, because then you can be all snuggled up inside blankets, and that's ideal. If it's already hot, then you can't be snuggled up. And I can't do that. I need to be snuggled. So I like sleeping cold. And in my apartment now in Minnesota, where it's cold, I just leave the windows open and I let the cold air into my apartment at all times. My apartment is usually at it's like very cold in there if you walk around in the floors of my apartment. Jesus Christ. You may have just heard my dad stretching in the middle of his sleep. Sorry about that. He's making dad noises and I'm trying to make ASMR noises like, dude. But anyway, if you walk around in my apartment without shoes or socks on or slippers on, your tootsies are gonna get cold. And don't worry about my cats because they have so many beds and places they can go. And I have heaters in their room turned on, and I have the windows to their room closed. But they still prefer they split their time. I keep the big window in my living room that faces the street open, and I've tried to close it when I'm concerned that it's getting too cold, and they protest. They pace around below the window, because with the window closed, they can't jump up in the windowsill, and they love to sit in the windowsill and watch the world go by on the street below, and they watch it for me coming home. And I always park right out front of my apartment on the street, and as soon as I step out of my vehicle and I turn back toward my vehicle to start getting my suitcase out, my purse out, I can already hear usually Rumble or Mila, occasionally Petal, but usually it's Rumble or Mila meowing at me so loudly from my third-story apartment that I can hear it very clearly from where I'm standing outside of my car on the street. And they love doing that, but they have ample places to go warm up. When I'm home, I leave during the winter. I leave a heated blanket on my bed, and as long as I'm home, I leave it plugged in and turned on. I don't leave it on when I'm not in the house. But even when I'm not in the house, I check my security cameras. They're always just in my bed, snuggled up, perfectly happy. Even happier when I'm there, because they all lie down on top of me. But I digress. I was saying, I like it cold, right? But he always has the heat on. was this log on the fire. And I'm about to go, like, take a bath. And I got the water running, filling up the tub, and I pop my head out. Because he's about to go to sleep, so I'll go give him a hug. And he's got pretty much all the lights off, but there's like one light in the ceiling, and I can see just smoke twirling around in the air. I'm like, yo, Dad, you're gonna set the smoke alarm off. Like, the smoke is not going up the chimney. So I go and I open the front door. I leave the screen closed. I open the front door to start getting smoke out. And then we check to make sure that he did in fact have the thing open. And then we both realized, like, it's probably the air pressure, right? Maybe because he had the heat on. So the air pressure, like, the smoke wasn't going up like it was supposed to. So then I crank the AC. Got what I wanted. Turned the AC down to like 62. And now it's fine, it's fixed. I told him to go to bed, leave the door cracked, and I'll check up on it again when I got out of the bathtub. And then I closed the door if the smoke still wasn't a problem. But let me do it. Let me give it an hour or two and check back on it so that, like, he doesn't suffocate from, like, carbon monoxide poisoning or smoke inhalation or something. And I checked back like 20 minutes ago when I got out of the tub and it was fine. But it just cracks me up because of that. And because of how he's like yearning for this like wintertime feel. Meanwhile, it's like 70 degrees in California. Meanwhile, when I left my apartment in Minnesota this morning or this afternoon, it was like 20 degrees out and it was snowing. And then my first flight, we went to Salt Lake City and it was like 20 degrees and it was snowing. I was like, if you want winter, we got winter. There's food at home. There's winter at home. Okay, come to Minnesota. Habibi, come to Minnesota. Like, we got winter at home back there. Not in California, never in California, at least not in San Diego. Never saw snow in my life before I moved to Minnesota last October. I love the snow though, it's my favorite. I love the cold, I just want to be bundled up. It's the best. I'm dreading for summer to return to Minnesota because it gets freaking hot and it gets swampy because of all the lakes. Oh my god, summer in Minnesota is miserable. Because my parents live in like inland San Diego. I lived in downtown San Diego, so like right by the harbor. Even on the hottest days of summer, you've got like that marine breeze that was always very like mild. But in like inland San Diego, it can get to like over 100 degrees in the summer, easy. It's like a dry heat. It's not the heat, it's the humidity that gets ya, okay? And in Minnesota, not only does it get equally as hot as San Diego's hottest days, but it is more frequent. Like, it's a constant in the summer for it to be that hot, but it's a heavy, muggy, wet heat. I could not cool down for like a span of 4 months. I was like actually concerned that my apartment was dangerously hot and I just could not cool it down. Dreading for the return of that. I got some Mexican food for dinner tonight. That was was great. And I'll get it again in a couple days when I'm back, and I'll get it again next week when I'm back, and later next week when I'm back. Basically, I bid for San Diego layovers this month, and they gave me nothing but San Diego. So you'll be seeing me in this room a lot this month. But I also took some time off from working, which starts middle of next week, because I'm coming back to San Diego to go camping with my friend that I used to go camping with almost once a month, once every other month. We're thinking about doing a little campfire ASMR. Maybe we can tell you campfire stories. That might be fun. If you guys know any good ones, you can link to a campfire story wiki or something. We could try that. But I gotta go to bed because I got work soon. So